You guys know how many unarmed black men were killed by police last year?
No.
A good amount.
I know
If you had
people.
to guess, what would you say?
Over 1,000.
Over 1,000?
I say a good probably like 1,400 about there.
I believe due to current narrative, black people are the worst enemy.
Too many to count, probably.
And that's just not the case. If we're looking at 2022, 12 unarmed black men were killed by the police. And I'm well aware this is a little bit of a different scenario, but I bring this up to show perspective. What's crazy is that in 2022, while 12 unarmed black men were shot by police, 19 people were struck by lightning and died. That's how rare this is. There are more people routinely getting struck by lightning and dying than black unarmed people are being shot by the police. And yet, even though we have these numbers, you have people blocking traffic and saying all cops are bad, when in reality, you're more likely to be in danger walking down the street in the hood than to be dealing with any white cop at all. And that's just the truth.
By those statistics, you have a higher chance of meeting a YouTuber with one eye. I mean, all jokes aside, I'm just saying it feels like we're progressing so much, we're regressing. And the hypocrisy goes very deep. There's like a psyop because the most negative traits are being used because they say white people hate it. Hey, black people that want a family hate that too.
We need police in our communities, but this is how we treat them.
And this is represented in the culture. A part of it. Of course the cops are going to be like, oh, no. Personally, I'm not saying that cops have not treated me in a different way, but I also can recognize that I look like the people that they might be afraid of. If I meet a random black man at specific places compared to a white man or an Asian man or a Mexican or whatever, I'm afraid of the black man because I've seen it go wrong too many times in my own neighborhood.
Now, if somebody calls out to you from a distance, whatever you do, do not turn around. Especially if they don't say your name or you don't recognize their voice. Because I guarantee you, the moment you turn around, you will be made the late. So all you gotta do is act like you ain't here, cuz, and keep walking. Because what do you have to talk to a stranger about?
I can guarantee you, any black man that you ask that live in a poor neighborhood can understand this message. Because we know for a fact that ain't a cop.
This is all true, but damn, let's take a look at our community as a whole. Who is making up most of the crime? Who is making up most of the robberies? Why is it that people that look like me, black men, make up roughly 6-7% of the US population, but commit nearly 50% of all the murders and robberies? We talk all day about being the minority, but we make up majority of the most heinous acts of our society. We need to take accountability for that. Black people have killed more black people this year alone than white cops have killed black people in the past 10 years. Yet I'm supposed to be sitting up here crying about the white man and hating police. It doesn't make sense. And then I listen, and then they're gonna say, oh, well, bringing up black on black crime is deflecting. No, it's just a harsh reality. I'm addressing it for what it is.
Yeah, people keep telling me that's a gay move if I keep bringing that point. Pun intended. I mean, I hope you understand my joke because it's the tyranny of the minority and they commit the most crime. And people keep saying, we need to help them. I'm like, why? Why do I need to help them when I was in the same community and all I needed to stop that thing is have a father at home? My father was very direct and simple. Study, study, study. Don't make a baby, it will ruin your life. And if you rob, you go to prison and that will funky you in the butt. I was like, Papa, I'm not gay. And he was like, well, they'll make you gay. Guess what? I'm happy for it. I have my Saudi, I have my white woman, I have my dark white kids. And before you go all Dr. Umar on my ass like, hey man, you're with there's nobody, you're a traitor. Find the African, find a Dominican, find one in your own country. I'm like, they didn't want me because they were copying the American, they wanted a gangster. And I was like, yo, nobody respected me because I was one of the book readers. Guess what? The white girl did like the book reader.
Some breaking news off the top. Hundreds of teens flooding into downtown Chicago tonight, smashing car windows, trying to get into Millennium Park, prompting a major police response. Within the past few minutes, shots were fired near the corner of Madison and Michigan.
This is how we're acting now? Really? We get slapped the label all the time of being rude, ghetto, entitled, loud, thieves, thugs. The list goes on, but look at us.
And all the white people come at me. Those are not all black people. I'm like, shut up. Just shut up. You're making it worse. You're not helping.
Hell, these lootings and teen takeovers non-stop. Who is doing it? Who is doing it? Look at the videos. Look at all across the United States. Who is doing it? Obviously, I'm not in the crowd, and there's a plethora of black people who are not in the crowd. But when we look at the consensus of all these crimes and heinous acts, it's not looking cute for black people. We're already such a small segment of the society, but for some reason, when we get together, it's always trouble.
The city of Miami Beach declared a state of emergency over the weekend after a deadly start to spring break. 2 fatal shootings and some out-of-control crowds also forced the city to impose overnight curfews.
This is the 3rd year in a row Miami Beach has taken emergency measures to control a surge in visitors.
All I have to say is this. If the KKK existed right now, they are celebrating because they're like, what? Black people are getting together? Let's get a beer or whatever. Because they're gonna kill themselves. Because they're already killing all the babies.
Here I come. Oh, here I come.
Many of these kids have no fathers at home. We have mothers that wants to work, be big boss baby or whatever, emotionally disconnected from the kid. Always empathy, give me time, give me space. Oh my God, take the phone, bye-bye. Get educated by TikTok, get educated by Repsol. And I'm like, how did you not see this coming? I have one eye. I keep seeing it.
You always had issues with drugs even before you started to get famous and rich?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was something that I was into early, low-key, due to music. Because, like, I was a music head, so, like, in 6th grade, 7th grade, I'm hearing songs about sipping lean. Those are, like, the real influential years, I feel like.
So the guy rapping like he's Juice WRLD or something died from overdose. Hey, good for the kids.
I'm out of town, thugging with my round. My coochie pink, my booty hole brown.
Do you want little girls to sing about that?
Certified free. 7 days a week.
Cardi B saying about something. My pussy is no wet ass pussy. I'm like, why would you even sing that? At the same time,
because I have dated men that were extremely faithful to me.
Were they ugly?
No, mad cute, super faithful to me. But it's like a lot of people, you know, when that whole cheating scandal came out, a lot of people was like, you deserve somebody faithful. But just because somebody like extremely faithful don't make you happy, because
that's true.
The guys that were extremely faithful to me, it just didn't work out. You just need to find somebody that you really in love with and make you happy.
Sensational.
What are we promoting to the society? And be surprised we have so many baby daddies and so many baby mamas. I'm like, huh?
Not even a thank you that I got for your. And it's so crazy that I gotta go to the internet because whenever I tell you something, you don't take seriously. And I'm so tired of it.
We are the only culture that promoted that so good. It has a label. Bruh. And don't worry, if their kids are so small, they will find them in baby shop.
Here by doing things my own Sharky B way.
Target announced today that it's closing 9 stores in major cities next month because of theft and organized retail crime.
First, a developing story. Walmart announced today it is closing 4 locations throughout the city.
Walmart even said this in a statement. They said, the simplest explanation is that collectively our Chicago stores have not been profitable since we opened the first one nearly 17 years ago. These stores lose tens of millions of dollars a year and their annual losses nearly doubled in just the last 5 years. If I go to any Walmart in the hood, they all look like this. Why? Well, no, it's not because of racism and being in a predominantly black neighborhood. It's because the black people won't stop stealing.
That's racist!
And if it's not stealing, all it takes is for one white cop to shoot one black guy, and that gives them some random excuse to just go loot and tear down the whole thing.
I'm going to say an analogy, and I know it might hurt your feelings, but I feel that the reaction at such a level reminds me of a male dog that sees a female dog, and naturally he's just going to be like, I wanna funky that dog. And I'm like, so whenever certain people seems to see a white cop, they're ready to funky the white cop.
These people did this for no reason. It's not gonna bring George back here. George is in a better place than we are. And last night, I'm gonna be honest, I wish I was where George was, because this is ridiculous. These people are tearing up our livelihood.
This is why I pay no attention to Black Lives Matter. The least of my concerns as a black man in America is white people. It's white people this and white people that all the time for no good reason. We have got to do better. Black Lives Matter raised nearly $100 million in 2020, but where's the money? What has changed? What has improved?
But the point of this video is it doesn't matter where I'm coming from or what I like. The point is, as a black person, both of us, well, he's a little blacker than me, so I'm dark white. The point is, we are tired that we are labeled in the same category and we're supposed to hate a specific white man. It's not the white man. Black people, you're keeping yourself back. I'm not holding you back. You can just press that like button too.